ones on the wall side, he has to make sure they don't get eaten, so he can do, like, fruit duplication bug. I'm like, what the fuck? And then the ones on the right side, he can feed those all the way, and that's no problem. I'm like, okay. And he's like, yeah, so you then feed him like this, and then he has to make sure to not touch the water here, or this will happen, and then I was like, this is crazy. Like, at this point, we'll switch to a hero character, because the hero and dark characters have different inventories, and the hero characters have all the animals. Like, oh, okay. Sure. Makes sense to me. It's like, it's cool, but it's, at the same time, it's stuff that, like, make me never want to run that kind of race. It's too much silly-ish stuff. It's like, I wouldn't want to start the run, and immediately the start of the run is, like, inventory into RNG manipulation. Like, frame 0 in the run, you're doing RNG manipulation. The timer is at, like, 0.18. And you're like, gotta RNG manip every item I buy for the next 5 minutes.
Is that for 100% or just for Chow, like the Chow Garden?
Chow Garden stuff.
Yeah. Like win the races or whatever.
Yes, exactly. All the Chow categories basically start with, like, enter Chow Garden, immediately buy certain items. And because they start that way, it's like they automatically are started manip, basically. On GameCube and stuff, they're effectively random because the counter for RNG is, like, ongoing. So in those categories, they get a completely different strategy. They use, like, a Phantasy Star Online Tails Chow that has S rank and all stuff. From, like, a GBA link cable connect or some weird He was telling me about that too. He's like, yeah, we use the Phantasy Star one that's like a Tails Chow. It's got, like, A rank in every stat, 255 intelligence. I'm like, what the fuck? So then it just rolls everything. I'm like, oh, well, okay then. Seems different. One route is, like, RNG manipulation, like, times 1,000, and the other one is, like, we use a promotion. But, you use everything.
What are you running this week?
A good question, actually. I've thought of a couple, like, just various thoughts. Nothing that's, like, turned into anything yet. Yeah, I don't know. I've thought loosely about trying some games out and then seeing if I just, like them enough to speedrun them. Trying to think. Darn, I don't remember. But there are a few. I was like, these could be interesting, I guess. One came to mind that was a little bit more solid than others, but I have to see how that feels.
I was going to say, are you guys both going to play the WonderSwan One Piece? Because that'd be extremely tight.
The WonderSwan One Piece.
Yeah, what GlitchSon's playing right now.
Good question. Not sure. Maybe. Is Glitch playing it on emulation, or do you just have a WonderSwan thing you can play on?
Pretty sure you're playing on emulation, right? Silence.
I've been trying to speak, but my mic's bad, and I was muted for a second, but, yeah, I'm on emulator. I don't have a way to record a WonderSwan. I don't have one.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I don't know. I'm down to look at it. I have nothing against any One Piece game. The only One Piece game that I would find really tricky for me right this second to, like, work on would be Round the Land. But that's I like Round the Land in some dirty way in my mind, but, like, the game's so hard. Like, Round the Land's one of those things where I would have a super fun time routing the game for somebody else. Like, that'd be very fun. But it's one of those games where it's, like, so anti-me that it's so hard. What way?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Well, it's kind of a platformer at the end of the day, and I'm just not a platformer guy.
Either.
It's like my least favorite genre that I can think of off the top of my head.
What's the game called?
Round the Land. One Piece.
One Piece Round the Land. It's Japanese and European, so there's no English version. The European version includes like French, German, and Dutch, I think, as languages. But yeah, Round the Land. Round the Land is a really cool One Piece game in a lot of ways, but it's also just like extremely difficult, I would say, and not very visually true when you see things. Like, what you see is not what you get in a lot of places.
Does the European version have Spanish?
I don't know, actually.
I don't either.
It has. I thought it had just the 3 languages, but I could be wrong. It could actually have Spanish.
This website says it does, so I think I'll play that.
It's cool. I think it's a fun game. Like, if you're playing it, especially not as a speedrun, it's just very stressful as a speedrun. But it's because the game's so difficult. Like, speed strats in that game will make the game 10x harder. So it's
be like that.